And we are live. Okay. Hello. Hello, Jasmine. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone from home that is watching. Welcome to another episode of Youth Talks where the guests inspire and the guests share. Yes. Okay. And I also share. Okay. So for tonight's episode, we have an amazing athlete, the one and only Jasmine Alkhaldi. Hello, Jasmine. Hello,
Hi.
Jazz. Hello. So before anything else, so that the viewers can also connect with us. Can you please give us a short introduction, please?
Well, so awkward. I'm Jasmine Alkhaldi. Since I'm here as an athlete, I've been a swimmer since I was, 3 years old. I've been on the national team since I was 15 years old.
Oh
And
wow.
I've been to two Olympic games. And I think that's, yeah, I think that's,
Wow. Okay. Well, now the guests know the reason why you're here. Two Olympics, and you've been in the national team since you're 15. My gosh, I'm 17. I haven't reached that high. Wow. Okay. And Jas, there's a question that I really love asking all of my guests, and I don't really know why I like asking this, but I ask every single one of my guests in the show. Okay, so Jasmine, are you a risk taker or safe player?
it depends. No, I'm always a risk taker.
Okay, a risk taker. Why? Why?
The simplest answer is I get bored easily. I like being
Oh, okay.
challenged. I like challenges.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
So the constant risking in your daily life just gives you that
Bye.
excitement, that
Yeah.
fun. Well, okay, yeah. I can vibe with you. I know how it feels to be bored too, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna send this risky message. It might be fun. Yeah.
Oh my
But
god.
anyways, yeah, that's how I roll. Okay. So Jazz, I want to ask you, since how old are you now? You're 27, right?
Mhm.
And so at what age did you start swimming?
3. I started learning how to swim at 3.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a bigger bomb you just dropped. 3 years old. Wow. Okay. So this question that I'm about to ask really applies to you. So what is your journey ever since you were three until now? Can you please tell me the story of Jasmine Alcaldi, please?
I mean, I will make it really, really short because that's like years. But I drowned when I was like 2.5 or something. So I was
Oh my
enrolled in
god.
like swimming lessons at 3 years old. And it was purely
Oh, that
because
explains why
I
three.
apparently love the water. I don't really
Uh-huh.
remember. But since then, I've been swimming until now. I never really stopped. And I've always been competitive as a kid. I always
Oh.
like winning. Although I also learned how to, along the way, accept defeat and learn from them. So as much as I love to win, I lost so many times, 10 out of one,
Mm.
10 to 1 or even more. And it became a process that I actually like more because I grew from it and I'm becoming a better person and athlete because of all the mistakes and losses I had along the way. So I think that's like the summary of the journey of me
Wow.
as an athlete, I guess. It's just a lot of mistakes, a lot of losses, and then there's that triumph, that
Yeah.
one kind of um, joy, I guess, and then you struggle for years and years, and then all of a sudden there's that one time that you kind of think back and realize, okay, all those hardships, all those struggles were all worth it. But like I said, it's like 10 to 1, you
Yeah.
fall so many times and you win like a few times, but it's always worth it.
That's called perspective right there. That's one way to look at it. Because I mean I'm still kind of young and I haven't really been to like that much. I haven't really faced that much challenges. Probably nothing compared to you because you've been to the Olympics. But like can I ask you like can you give me like an example of like what to expect? Like what were one of the challenges in
Let's
your
see.
journey?
I'm trying to think back when I was like your age. I feel
Yeah, yeah,
like I am your
for
age,
sure.
but then again, I'm not. How weird. I still think anyway.
Yeah,
I
right.
think when I was your age, it was more of the balance of having a social life and also being training at an elite level.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Social
Most
life
of
is
the
very
time,
important at my age.
you risk hanging out, not risk. Well, yeah, you risk losing
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
along the way because you don't get to hang out with them. I think when I was in high school, that was like one of the biggest struggles because I actually went to parang a sports school, a boarding school in Laguna, and it was a very
Oh,
controlled
okay.
environment. We weren't allowed to really do a lot of like fun things normal teenagers would do.
Yeah.
We were on a
The parties and all.
yeah, we didn't really have that. So I mean, we were in a boarding school, so we didn't have parents, so we had that kind of freedom. But we didn't go out much. We were just training, school, sleep.
The
So
athlete life.
yeah, so you kind of lose friends along the way just because you don't hang out with them, and also parang you feel so left out
Yeah.
with a lot of things that normal kids go through. And so I guess that was the hardest. That's one of the challenges I had when I was a teenager. And
Yeah.
I think how I overcame it was just what is my goal, like, and if I have to sacrifice these things along the way to achieve my goal, then I guess I have to do it. And someone told me that, if you're afraid of losing friends, your real friends will stick with you despite of,
Exactly.
not being around. And it's such a testament because I'm 27 now. And those friends I had in high school are still my friends now. And it's not a lot that you kind of keep in touch with. And, it's just a handful of them that even though, like for me, I wasn't around all the time, I didn't go to the parties. I don't, it's like I'm more of the LDR. They talk to me just
Yeah.
LDR. And
Yeah.
but they're still my friends, they're very
Yeah.
happy with my accomplishments. They listen with my problems. And then you realize for me now, I'm so happy that I didn't risk my goals just to be a part of the crowd or just do what everyone
Yeah.
was doing.
Yeah.
At that time, it was really hard to realize, syempre, you just want to belong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like me right now with my mindset. Yeah.
You want to do what everyone is doing. It's like you totally get it. Parang I totally get it, but old people are right. It's like you don't really see it until you're like older and you could look at it from a different perspective. And I'm glad that I had people and a few of my good friends that didn't really push me to like hang out with them. Those core friends understood na I had a goal. This is what I had to do. I had to train 6 a.m. So I can't be out late at night. I can't do parties. I can go to the mall with them. Yung mga ganon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was worth it. So it's just knowing your goals and what you need to sacrifice, I guess.
Yeah. But then like after everything though, you got your goal. And another bonus is you knew who your real friends were.
Yeah.
So like just because of the risk. So guys, just take the risk. Insert sound effect.
Yeah, it's not easy. I would not recommend unless you're really sure that that's what you want.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean that what you just shared with me. That's basically the inspiration for me to just go for my goals. Because like for example, if I because I'm an athlete too actually. I play football.
Football.
Yeah, I play football, and then
wait, is
it's
it the American football or the European?
No. This is the Pinoy football.
What is the Pinoy football? Sepak takraw?
No. Just soccer. Good plain old soccer. Wow. Yeah. And like basically like speaking from my perspective, I mean it's not as strenuous as like how you explained swimming and your training was. My training is basically like right now since I'm in senior high. Well, not exactly right now because we don't go to school, but like when I used to be in like physical school, my life was more of perfectly balanced. I had enough social time to be with friends, and I had also enough time to train and play soccer. And I think one thing that you made me realize right now is if I really wanted like to pursue football, also known as soccer, I think I would have done the same thing that you did. I mean, I choose to take the risk too. Thank you for that, Jess. Okay, and since now we're all talking about sports, I might as well just ask my question. How are you keeping fit during this time? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at the beginning it was a struggle, but I was very, like what I said, I am a very goal-oriented person. Mm-hmm. And it's something that didn't happen. I wasn't like this before. It just happened through the years. It's part of that journey that I had, and I just ended up becoming like this. So at the beginning of the year, I was trying to qualify for my third Olympics. So I was
Mm-hmm.
actually training hard, but then the pandemic happened. Everything was shut
Yeah.
down. We don't have a choice. There's nothing to do. So it's like I told myself, I can't just sit around and do nothing. I still have this goal. So what am I going to do? So, like everyone, most of Filipinos at home, I decided to work from home. So I would just work out from home, which is at first it was exciting because it's different.
Yeah.
I did it every day.
Oh, wow.
I worked out every day, and I actually felt like I looked better than I did when I was like actually swimming. But I think that
Yeah.
was also because my muscles were shrinking. Then like I wasn't lifting
Oh,
heavy weights. I just looked
yeah.
like I don't know. Like I just looked like
Yeah. It's like your mind was compensating for what was happening.
yeah. But then I don't think I'm in tip top shape, obviously. But I decided nah. There's nothing all over the world. It's the same problem with everyone. It's not just us here. So what I do with the situation will matter. I can't just sit down and do nothing. So since then I've been working out every day here at home with whatever equipment I have. I've started buying dumbbells, investing in creating like a mini gym. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really not a mini gym, but just having something here I could use at home. And luckily, during GCQ, swimming pools are open, but I still
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be safe. So I don't go every day. I go every other day. And I just alternate swimming and then working out here at home. So yeah,
Okay.
that's how I stay fit. Sometimes it's the reason why I exage na to. It's the reason why I wake up in the morning because it's in
Oh, wow.
time na parang wala kang there's nothing
Yeah.
to do,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
especially
But,
during the first
yeah.
EPQ, like it's really like you're stuck at home with
Yeah.
nothing.
You're really stuck. Yeah. You
And
really can't
if
go out.
I didn't tell myself now, okay, I have to work out, I would just be in bed watching movies all day, like
I-
like a
That's
normal
what I'm
person,
doing. Oh, no.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing bad with it. It's just like if you have goals, if
Yeah.
you can do
Might
that,
as well just work, Don't
yeah.
stop. Yeah.
So I would
Yeah.
just be in bed and be like, oh, I have to work out. So that would really literally make me get up and move.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually really connected to my next question. I was gonna ask, like, how do you do your routine? Like, I mean, you said you're a goal-oriented person. So does that mean you have like a routine every single day? Like you have like time stamps for when you wake up? Is that how you do your fitness?
Kind
Or
of.
is it
But I think it kind of comes automatically for someone like, that's been training
for
like I have
almost all of your life?
for all my life. I don't really like write it down already. It's just like in my head. So like,
Oh, okay. It just comes naturally then.
yeah, like I decide on a time. So let's say I'll swim at 7. That's it. Like unless the other people, there's other factors that would change it. I have to stick with it. I don't know. It's the discipline then as being an athlete. You kind of
Yeah.
learn that through the years and it carries on actually even if you're not an athlete anymore. So it's just that discipline. Like if I'm working out at home, I've set the time and it's been that time ever since nag-start yung pandemic. So I do like keeping routines because I'm also very strict with how I do them. And like I said, I wasn't like this when I was young. This is so weird. I really wasn't.
Oh, okay. I want to ask. Since we're talking about how you were like when you were young. I want to. How were you like when you were young? Like you said you were very competitive when you were talking about your journey. Yeah, but like what sparked that? Like for me, okay, I'm a talk, so you can chill. Okay, so like for me, I'm the type of person that's very spontaneous. I can't remember exactly what happened, why I'm like this, but I do remember times where I just feel like it's better to do it on the moment. So, for example, like we have this extemporaneous speaking in my school, and where like you're given a topic and you're given like 10 minutes to research and know more about the topic, and then you speak. For me, I never took that 10 minutes. I took that time. I wanted to look, like legit and like my.
Yeah.
So I took that, and then I was walking around the classroom, acting like it ain't even that big. And when it comes on the spot, I just speak freely. And ever since like that time, that's how I usually live my life now. I don't really plan. I mean, I plan sometimes, but like I I just like being spontaneous, like this right now. I don't necessarily have a script for this. I just like to talk, and like that's for me. And I want to ask, like, what happened to you? Like, why were you
Complete
competitive?
opposite. I mean, there are instances like in school, I am like that.
Yeah.
Like there's like a presentation, and just because I'm a risk taker, sometimes I don't like having notes. I don't like having all those things. I like to go and just test myself. I call it as testing myself and see.
Oh my God, that makes so sense.
But in regards to everything else, I'm not like that. Like, especially with swimming, I have, it's very planned, everything to the T. And syempre before it wasn't like this. As you get older and everything's more detailed, like winning and losing is also parang just 0.01 of a second. It has to be kind of planned because I have to know where I should change, what I should do. And it didn't come, obviously, it didn't come right away. I didn't plan for things before. In high school, I just showed up and did whatever the coach did and left. And then in competitions, I just showed up, swam, and then left. Showed up and be like, okay, let's see what I'm going to do today. And then left. But then it grew to become a more like, now I even have sports psychologists telling me that I should have a race plan. Basically what that is a race script pala, not a race plan. So for swimming, just because it's such a lonely sport, you're just alone with your thoughts in the water. She suggested na I write the things that I would say in my head at certain moments in my race, just so I can keep my focus.
Oh, wow. That's so comprehensive.
Yeah, it's really wild. Like, I really was like, what? Like, I thought it was so much work, but it actually helped me. I remember I didn't get it right away. So I had to write the script. So on the first 10 meters, okay, give yourself one word and you have to think of it. It's so very like complex. But I guess for that level that I was on at that time, which was, that was like 4 years ago, that's the thing that I had to do compared to 15 years ago that I could get away with just showing up and like
swimming,
just be like, bahala na, let's go. Like, you know, it worked back then. But then later on it didn't. And it's sad for me just because I liked it that way.
Yeah.
The planning is stressful because there's a lot of thinking involved. But I noticed it does help. I think in some cases it's better even with my training, everything is planned. Like the coach talks to me, we plan the season in advance. And I think it's just better that way, just because like what I said, when you make a mistake or you lose, you could go back and review things.
You know where you screwed up.
Yeah, when I was younger, I would just swim and my coach is like, so, what did you do? So this happened. Why do you think that happened? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just showed up.
Oh my God. That makes so much sense. My coach asks me that too, and I never know my answer.
I don't know. Like, how would I know? I just showed up and just did it. Like, that was me before. But then I learned, I should know because it is a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
So when the coach is like, okay, this is your time. It was slow. Like, why do you think this happened? And I should have an answer. Maybe during the race or before the race, meaning everything is planned and I keep track of everything. So if in practice I was feeling all sorts of things, or at the race I was feeling sorts of things, it's like I know it. So whenever I'm asked
what's happening,
I have an answer, then we could actually move forward to like make myself better. So yeah, so that's my take on it. Like, that's how I kind of evolved with it, I guess.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That was so confusing, but it makes so much sense, Like, I can put myself in your shoes, and I would see why I would want the race plan. That's what it's called, right? Race script, race plan.
I don't do it all the time because I still love to just show up and just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
But then again, it's like, I think I'm very like a robot now. I did it I've done the race script a lot. Now, actually, when I don't even think about it, which is the beauty of this, which is the beauty of parang planning and repetitiveness,
Yeah.
I do it and it automatically happens. I tell myself the same things. It's like training, you do it so many times and then
it just becomes natural.
Yeah, it just becomes natural.
Yeah.
So that's something I don't think about anymore. But yeah, I think about
and
now.
what what motivates you? I want to know that because like you're competing on such a high level, and I ask my friends. I'm like, yo guys, what's your motivation? They're like my girlfriend or like my crush. Those. I want to ask you like for an athlete on your level in the Olympic level, what motivates you?
Like a girlfriend, boyfriend, or a crush should never. Well, for me, I was never a motivation just because it's always so fluid. I don't wanna. I don't want to rely something that's 100% mine.
Yeah.
Someone else. Like, how do you say this? Because I don't know. How do you say this?
Oh, okay, I get it. So like, you don't wanna like depend on someone or depend on a variable to motivate you.
Yeah, well, okay, I've been motivated. My motivation is different depending on the season, depending on the time. It varies.
Okay.
So
okay. How?
It just varies depending on the situation I'm in. Sometimes it's family that motivates me. Sometimes it's my coach that motivates me. Sometimes it's God that motivates me. It's different. I mean, God motivates me all the time, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes really that's something that pops up na parang, okay, or the idea of knowing how far I can push it. That's also current motivation.
Yeah, like the goal motivates you.
Yeah, like, okay, can I still improve? That's one motivation.
Yeah.
But the boyfriend, girlfriend, it's just because I think for that to be a motivation, it's parang you're just wanting admiration or parang I don't know.
Want approval, like you seek approval from someone else.
Yeah, approval.
Oh my God.
Motivations are not.
I can relate so much with what you just said right now.
I don't think it's good to be motivated because of approval. Because there's a 50-50. It's either, in your head, it's like, okay, if I do good, they would love me or like be happy or proud of me. But still, it's a 50-50 because that's not you.
You never know what's going on in their heads.
Yeah. And
wow.
So yeah, I don't really do it like that. I just do it now. Okay, like with family, it's not oh my gosh, I hope they become proud of me. I think of it as I wanna show them something that they would be proud of. It's not na parang okay, I want to win and I hope they're proud. It's like no, I'm not giving them that parang option to be like it's like okay,
not proud.
I want to go out there. It's like my coach, like different coaches. It's like I was motivated by my coach at one point because I saw how hard my coach worked. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's trying so hard. She's giving me her best. I want to go out there and show her na it's worth it. So it's not like parang an open-ended question na, okay, I'm motivated because she will be proud of me. Sana, she will be like happy with my performance because it could go both ways. So I think that's what kept me going because like, my motivation never parang failed me just because I never made it an open question. It was more okay.
It was a period,
Yeah.
It was never a question mark. It was just a period.
It never depended on the motivator.
Motivator. yeah. Wow, I actually get you. Like I kind of imagined it in my head. Like it's like if you make someone, like for example, your girlfriend, your motivation, it's like you meet halfway and you have to wait for them to meet halfway for you to be motivated. But like what you basically just said is this is them and this is you. Family, motivation, and motivation needed person. Okay. You're not meeting halfway. You're just going straight for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I just did that. Like that's the type of that's how you roll. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Because at the end of the day, it's still you. It's your career. It's your life.
It's all about you.
I mean, it's not even all about you, but it's like you don't want. It's so hard to say. Parang like with an unknown parang factor, you don't want that.
Like a variable lang.
Change things like. I mean,
change
especially when
changing
you're
that.
older and you're more independent. When you're younger, of course, like family, parents, they're a part of that variable because
Yeah.
you're still young, you know, like whatever you do, they're still there. But the
Yeah.
more independent you become, the more you own your career. Like for me, I
Mm.
decided to be like professional. So it's like, okay, this is my future, my career. So what motivates me, I have to choose wisely then what motivates me because
Wow.
you know, if I say like a boyfriend, like, you know, and I don't do well, or I do well, but then again, the boyfriend's sad because I don't spend time with him. So what's that gonna
Yeah.
kind of motivate
Exactly.
that?
Yeah.
So it's still
Mm.
gonna end up. So even if
Mm.
I did my part, voila.
Uh,
But it's like I don't know. You don't
yeah.
leave at 50% as a question
Yeah.
mark.
You just go 100%, just end with the period. Motivation is a period. Yeah. Wow. And I just want to highlight what you just said. Like, I wish we had subtitles right now. So, like, being mature, like, you own your career.
Yeah,
Like,
my coach said that to me before.
wow. Okay. And that's such a strong statement. Like, how you said it, Wow. That actually opened my mind, like, opened my eyes.
An angry way. She was like mad.
Okay.
It was my coach when I was in college in the US. And it's a
Yeah.
very cultural thing then. That's why she said it in a mad way. Because as what she noticed with me as a Filipino athlete, and I don't know if it's the same for most Filipino athletes, we're very, the power dynamic, we're very respectful of
Yeah.
coaches and,
Yeah.
so that's
Very.
our culture. And so when I was training there, whatever they say, I'll do. But I wouldn't really at the beginning I wouldn't react, I wouldn't say comments because in our culture it could seem disrespectful.
Yeah. Exactly.
So at one point she got mad at me and said na, like I can't just always basically be parang spoon fed by the coach. I have to own my career. Spoon fed being just listening. The coach would tell me one thing, I'll just do it. Like like robot then.
Okay. Now you cleared it up. Yeah, I get it.
I have to own my career and what path I want because it's my career. It's not hers. So it's like, yes, my coach is telling me things, but she wants my input then.
Yeah.
It's basically just that. It's like, it's my swimming career, not hers. She's just helping me get to my goals.
Yeah.
But in order to get my goals, I have to decide what I want. So that's when I was like, oh, but it's so weird for me growing up here to actually say what I want. Na parang, okay, this is what I want to do. It was like coming out of a shell, but that word na owning your career is the one that stuck with me the most. So I never bossed her around. It was more like she would ask me what my goal is, like a competition, and she would be like, okay, what do you want to do? How do you want to perform? And as a coach, she would guide me through it. But she said na, when you're mature, old enough na, she wouldn't be the one that would tell you, like as a kid, no, dapat manalo ka, dapat ito gawin mo, dapat ganyan. So basically it was like, I would have to tell myself those things, not someone else, not on
someone else, yeah. So your coach was the one telling you to be a period.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So wow, that's
such
a good
conversation. It was kind of scary.
Wow.
It was like mad.
Wow.
Okay. This is like a Filipino thing. Like I can't.
Yeah. It's a Filipino thing. When your parents or someone elderly gets mad at you, you're just like, oh, okay, chill.
Yeah, it was like I wanted me to like voice my opinion, and it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was 18, and she was like old, and I'm like, I'm not gonna. How weird.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to do that. Like, I can't talk back to you. Okay.
I guess she's teaching me as to become an adult na din. Like, it's that transition because you're 18, you're actually an adult. So it's like you have to own your action.
Yeah, you got to stop thinking like how you thought. Yeah, like a child. Yeah. Okay. And now we're like really deep into like the goals and the essence of athleticism. I want to ask you, since we're both athletes here, Jar, I'm going to just ride on the athlete train. So do you think everyone can be an athlete?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why. Because you're not born. I mean, I don't believe in someone being born an athlete. I believe in someone being born with talents.
Yeah.
But being an athlete, it also takes like hard work, discipline, something that you could learn over time. And yeah, I think anyone can call or become an athlete. It's
Okay.
oh,
So like,
there's
okay,
a lot of
since
athletes there that are old now, like, and they still compete, they still train.
Manny Pacquiao is about to fight Conor.
Yeah,
Have you heard that? Yeah, and Conor is like 10 years younger than him. Wow, I'm excited for that match.
I
I'm
know,
excited
me
for that
too.
match. Yeah,
Like,
go Pinas. Let's go. Okay, let's go back on track. So since you said everyone can be an athlete, I want to ask you, Jess, like, what what do you think? Like, what is the most important skill that you have to have in order to be an athlete?
I don't know. I think there's a lot, but
Because like, okay, for me, like if I was to ask myself that, if I was in your place, what I would answer is consistency. Because like I honestly like I've seen a lot of perspectives. You know, as an athlete, I've been so tired. I didn't even want to go to practice. I've been so motivated to go to practice. I've mostly seen like all the perspectives of being an athlete. And one thing that applies to every perspective or situation that I was in is consistency. You know, like if I'm tired, I need to be consistent. If I'm happy, I need to be consistent. If I like hard work,
you'd be happy all the time.
oh yeah, but oh yeah, true. But like like motivated. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Motivated. You gotta be motivated all the time. That's what really helps you. So I want to ask you, Jess, like, what do you think, like, is the most important skill or trait that an athlete
It's hard to
has
pick
to have?
the most important because consistency is actually really good. But I mean, consistency in working hard or consistency, because consistency in showing up is not enough. You know what I mean? Like you show up, but you don't do the work. So it's mostly like consistency in what. But for me, I don't know, because that one's pretty good. But I think I would say this is weird for me to say, but
Hey, go ahead. This is a weird show.
Correctability.
Correctability. Okay, like how? Like you gotta be correct.
No, it's not the right word. I think I had the word at the
It's
back.
okay.
Correctability.
You can make up your own word.
Oh
You
yeah,
can explain it.
A new word,
Yeah.
but it's basically
correctability. How?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word, but basically being open to correction and criticism and learning from those.
Ah, okay.
That. I don't know.
There's a word for that, but I understand the correctability. You're able to get corrected and to get criticized.
Being able to parang take criticism, take correction, actually. Because for me, like, I don't know. Of course, I've had a lot of corrections and criticisms. Some I would, as I'm older now, I actually like to debate on it to learn more about it. But I think that's one thing that is important as an athlete because it's a process. It's a journey of becoming the best you. So in order to do that, there's a lot of people along the way that would help you, correct you, and guide you. And if you don't listen to them, you don't allow them to correct you, you're never going to get there. No matter how consistent you are, how disciplined you are, but you don't parang listen to correction, then, you're
not going anywhere.
You go anywhere. Yeah. I guess that's.
That's one hell of a good answer too. Man, I thought I got you with my consistency answer.
Time, but I wish to be.
Yeah, like wow. But like, yeah, it makes so much sense though. Like not even just being an athlete, like being a performer, for example, and the other arts or an educator. To be a good teacher. Yeah, it really applies to everything. If you can't take learning about what you did wrong, then you shouldn't be where you are. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, and here, since we are almost coming to an end, I want to ask you. This is for everyone that's watching this. I know everyone. Don't deny it. You're getting fat. Okay, everyone watching, you're getting fat. I'm getting fat. Everyone's getting fat. So let's learn from Jasmine. Jasmine, you got any tips on losing weight?
Oh my god, I just had McDonald's today.
Milk tea.
Oh my gosh! So I had a double cheeseburger. I had nuggets. Tips on.
Oh my god!
What do you mean?
but come on. come on, tips. Make it simple for all the moms and dads and uncles and
Go.
kids
Well,
and
I will
babies
go
watching.
on to consistency because consistency is pretty good. So no matter
Okay.
how horrible I eat sometimes, I don't feel as bad because I'm consistent with working out. And I
Yeah.
don't mean I'm consistent in eating horrible food. No. Like sometimes I
Not that.
myself. I don't eat super healthy either, but I just eat parang just just balanced meal. I don't follow any diets, nothing. It's just I try to have a balanced meal as possible, and then having junk and treats, every once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah.
I think what I would say is just being consistent in exercising. Kasi
Okay.
especially now, a lot of people just are sitting down, working, not even getting up to just walk around and move. So even just 30 minutes of jogging, it's good for any
As long as you're like, I guess like, so if you're really just wait. I'm so so there was so much knowledge. I'm starting to stutter. So when you be consistent with like, so it's okay to eat like junk once in a while as long as you
I think
you
so.
really
I
just
mean, I'm
work
not
hard.
a nutritionist, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. Like I eat junk.
Yeah, it works for you. So yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll put that into consideration.
But
I'll
this
put that in mind.
deprive yourself of things. Everything. Okay, here. Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the diet I follow. Everything.
That's the one.
But
That's the one.
I combine that with being consistent in working out. So I mean, consistency may vary for people. It could be twice a week. It could be every day. As long as you keep doing that and establish that routine, I think you could be like on the healthier track.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, everybody got that. So
I
from
would.
so okay, but everybody from home, at least now you guys know that one thing you could do is just be consistent. So you all got that, guys. Okay, so now, Jazz, I want to talk about your experiences in the big leagues. Okay, SEA Games, Olympics. My question is, what do you put in your head like before, like during training, before a race? Okay, like remember that your plan. I want to know what went inside your head. Like what did you tell yourself?
Swim fast.
Seriously, just swim fast?
I mean, that's the general. Like I have the time that I want to get in my head, like particular. And it's just that. Like, what am I gonna? What are my events? What do I wanna achieve? Mm-hmm. And that's like really being specific, like to the time that I want to get.
So you just you put in your head what you really wanna.
Yeah. It has to be very specific because the only way you get it is to know what it is specifically, so you could train to get that.
You gotta know what you want in order to get it.
I really know the time that I want. I usually change the time that I want. I add seconds to tell my coaches I don't want them to look at me like I'm crazy. So I make it a more reasonable time. But the time in my head is usually unreasonable. It's because, if you're going to dream big, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
So, and then that's it. That's what's in my head. Like, I wake up.
That's what's in your head.
Train, and I'm like, in order to get that time, okay, I have to work hard on this, like push hard, whatever. It's really.
So, basically, what I got, the gist of it is like, you really got to know what you want. You want to know, and you dream big. Okay. But how was the environment like in the Olympics? Like, can you describe what it's like to be there?
Fun. I was just people watching because it's like, the closest thing I could get to be in a room full of celebrities. So I remember sitting down at the dining hall and just watching stars, sports stars just walking by.
Oh, it so the environment isn't really like intimidating or pressuring?
No, it's very chill. Really? They act like one of you. You guys. I don't know. They don't act like they're superior. Like I remember my.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Eating by himself pizza and like wala lang. He's just acting like a normal.
It's just everything is just casual. It's just the Olympics.
I mean, it's not casual, but it's like once you're there, kasi parang it's one of the Olympic movements is equality. So when not movements, like one of their things is equality. So once we were there, everyone's treated the same because we all qualified, we're all Olympians. So no one is like, like special treatment. Not really. It's just the NBA players because they really get bombarded by fans in the village. So they're the only ones that are separate. So they actually don't stay at the Olympic Village because like the US, Spain, there's a lot of countries that have NBA players that play for their country. So they're the ones that
have to go somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. So I guess it's just
it's just them.
NBA
but
players.
Like, Maria Sharapova, Roger Federer, I see them around and they just act like normal.
It's normal, yeah.
That they're also amongst people that have the same experiences, etc. with them.
Yeah.
So they don't act superior, even though they are in some ways. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. My teacher, this really applies to what my teacher said. My teacher said nga like you understand Bisaya, right? Yeah. So like he always told me, ay God, look, sila, naiduha ka tiil, ikaw, naiduha ka tiil. Parehas na. Diba? It really makes sense. But yeah. And since unfortunately we're coming to an end, I want to ask my last question, Jazz. If you could tell your 3-year-old your 17-year-old self one thing, what would you tell your 17-year-old Jasmine?
It will be better. I don't know.
It will be better.
Yeah, because I remember when I was like, things will get better. I remember when I was 17, I feel like it was like, ang hirap-hirap na ng pinagdadaanan ko. But actually, it will get worse. But then it actually, I don't know. I mean, when you have a problem,
it will get worse.
Don't you feel like it's like the worst problem you've ever experienced?
Yeah.
But then, 10 years from now, you're actually going to experience something worse. But you're going to actually handle it differently. Okay. You're going to treat it differently. So in the end, it's actually better. I don't know. But I just remember my old self just being like, the smallest things, just because you're young, like the smallest things become such a big issue. And it makes you nervous, anxious, stressful. So I just want to tell my young self, it'll all end up fine. It'll all be okay.
It will all be better.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And I want to quote that from you, Jazz, okay? So from everyone at home watching, this is from an Olympian. It's going to get worse, but it will be better. Okay. And on that note...
McDonald's.
Yeah, see, it will get worse, but it will get better. You'll get McDo. Okay, and on that note, I'd like to end tonight's episode, Jazz. Thank you so much for being part of this episode. It's such a nice feeling getting to communicate and especially inspire the people watching. Okay, thank you so much, Jazz. And would you like to give shout outs?
I'm shy. No, it's okay.
No, really? Come on, really? No special someone? No.
Stay safe. Stay at home.
Stay at home.
Stay at home. Stay safe. Yun lang. Wash your hands.
Okay. Thank you. But I would like to take the opportunity to shout out. But before my shout out, from everyone watching, you guys should watch Sunday's show, Quarantines. Should check them out too. They've got a full lineup of stuff that they can make you learn. Okay, now time for shout outs. I like to shout out Kenji, the Frenchie dog. That's my mom's best friend's dog, Jazz. And my mom. I like to shout out my mom. I love you, Ma. Hi. And Tita Nina, all my friends, Jesus, watching Vincent, Piolo, if you're still watching. Kuya King, Ate Sandy, Christine, Anton, everyone watching from home, and all my cousins and uncles and titas. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you. Thanks. Jasmine, just say hi. That's for them. Okay. Yes. That is for all of you guys. Okay. And we're kind of overtime, but we're perfect on time day. Okay. Joke. Okay. Thank you so much, Jazz. And good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. 3, 2, 1. We're not live.